Hello everyone, it's Necros and today is Banlist Day. We got the post-KCC Banlist. I was fearing that this Banlist would happen when I would be away from this Sunday to the next Thursday, but it just dropped, so I can react to it and then I don't have to upload any more content for the next couple of days. A couple of things to know before we get started. Out of all the decks that were reported at the moment that have topped this KCC, being part of the top 100, there are apparently 40 Resonator lists, 13 Septeras, 10 Salamangreat, 8 Predto Planet, 8 Gemini, 6 Crystal Beast, 5 Flare Dinos, 5 Liberalist, 3 Hero, 3 Star Seraphs, 2 Tri-Brigades, 1 Non-Flare Dinosaur, 1 Springant, 2 Tindangles, and 4 unknown decks using an archive skill. So, my thoughts on this format: it's probably better than the one before it, except for a couple of things. You know, there's the Tindangle FTK made it to top 100 of this KCC. That's not good. That's not a good thing. So I'm expecting hits to Resonators. It would make sense to have the most powerful deck of this format. I don't think it's gonna get gutted. I think it's gonna get one of these slap on the wrist kind of nerfs to not terrify the people who have invested into Resonators into never investing into a deck proper. So there's that. I would also like some hits to the other decks that are part of this meta game. Konami's method of balancing the game seems to be power creeping more so than knocking down the top decks to be closer to the other decks of this format, and that's not something that I really enjoy, because the more you power creep, well, the more you raise the ceiling on what decks can do, and the more you widen the gap between the top decks and the less powerful, less important decks. I don't think that's really interesting. Kind of forces you to play one of the top decks if you want to play competitively. That's Yu-Gi-Oh, but I don't know, not a fan of it. And one last thing before we get started. This is a personal message for Paris. I know you're watching. I know you're gonna say that my takes are garbage no matter what I say. So here's a challenge for you. You have to leave a comment detailing your thoughts on this ban list and your own personal opinions on whether or not you think this hit or this hit is good or bad for the game, and you have to justify it. It's very easy to say Mechlord take bad. Everyone does it. Everyone can do it. But it's much harder to actually try and have an honest discussion and conversation about the state of the game and the balancing, you know? And you're a good player. Surely you have some interesting things to say about the game that you're playing competitively that you top. Congratulations, by the way. Alright, now that you got that out of the way, let's check the ban list. Dark Eradicator Warlock, forbidden, because Konami made a skill that enables an FTK. On the one hand, it's good that this stops the FTK. On the other hand, this is like not the good fix for it. I'm trying to find a metaphor. It's like if you went to a restaurant and you order a plate of spaghetti, right? And you found hair in your spaghetti. That's not correct. And you told the waiter, like, there's hair in my spaghetti, and the waiter was like, oh, okay. And they just like threw half of the plate away and let you eat the other half. That's not how you fix this. That's a terrible metaphor, actually. The issue is that you released a skill without any foresight into what it would be used for. That just gives a bunch of resources for free. People used it in the optimal way, which in this case was FTKing. And you decided to ban the FTK component that I think... How do you even obtain this card? I need to check. Because I think it's a free-to-play card. I could be wrong though. Oh yeah, it's in level up rewards, it's an Arcana drop, and you can get it with tickets. So we're banning more and more cards from the free-to-play pool, including level up rewards. So if you're a new player and you play Duel Links, you unlock Arcana, you're literally going to get a card that you can play. Awesome. Fantastic design, Konami. It would have been easier and much better to nerf the dog shit skill, but What do I know? Speaking of cards that got hit because of a completely bonkers skill, Summon of Illusions being moved to Limited 1 because of Tindangles. It would have been easier to just nerf Isometric Inferno, just like destroy this dumb shit skill. Like just prevent people from playing stuff that isn't Tindangle in Tindangle. Oh, have you considered that? Miklo, if you do that, Subterrace, I don't give a shit. If there is a problem caused by a skill in the game, you fix the skill. You don't go nothing 50 cards to make it better. It's like when the TCG had the Firewall Dragon Loop FTK, you know, and again, Konami's reaction was like, what if we banned a Assault Core? And then the Firewall Dragon FTK was still going on. Because this doesn't, like, prevent Tindangles from getting Gardok. Maybe Gardok shows up later in the ban list. Or the other flip, Weasel, that prevents you from using back row. So that's... I mean, yeah, it stops the FTK. That's an objectively good thing. Doesn't go the right way around it, though. Like, that's not how you fix the game long term. Independent Nightingale. Hey, look, we stopped the FTK. Isn't that great? You literally... you literally can't play this in Lyrilisk anymore because the symbol Nightingale is at 1 unless there's some other changes. So there were some builds of Lyrilisk that are playing Trump Witch to summon this thing. Yeah, they're not the best builds anyway, but still. Drago Stilia Limited 1. That's a huge hit for Predto Planet. Holy shit. This might actually be enough to like, I want to say kill the deck. I'm not sure though. I don't know how much I agree with this hit. It is a powerful card, and I do like the idea of hitting extra deck monsters. It's... Hopefully, Predto Planet gets stuff like Predto Planet back to make up for it. Because otherwise, this might be a bit too much for Predto Planets to handle. Not being able to play Hydra or Predto Planet is a huge problem for the deck. Also, this is enough to Springans. Yeah, you're not playing a limited one Springans, doesn't matter. Voidogre Dragon. Huh, okay. I did just say I liked eating extra deck boss monsters. This does conflict with Abyss, and I think Abyss is still the better option for Resonators. This is a reasonable hit to, like, knock the deck's power level down significantly, because it's one of these few decks that's not, like, completely reliant on its skill to dominate. It's just a good deck that also has a good skill. But it's mostly a good deck. Is it a bit too severe, maybe? I don't know. I would have liked to see this at 3 alongside a, like, Crimson Resonator. You know, Crimson Gaia Resonator and Voidogre 3. This might be a bit too harsh. It's probably for the better. I'm okay with this. Samagreat Recurrence. What the... Okay, in my last... Konami fucked up the Banlist video that I did. I said this card and, like, Sanctuary should be moved to 3. Instead, it's been moved to 1, which is also a way to, like, prevent Samagreat from having too much recursion, so that's fine. It's definitely a very impactful ban list, the kind of ban list that I actually do enjoy, so... you know what, that's fine. We'll see how top decks like Samagreat and Resonators develop with this. I'm pretty sure you're just cutting this out of the deck, which means it will be easier to, like, beat out Samagreat in the grind game. That's a positive change. Tuning Gum. Oh, fuck. We're really eating Resonators here. Or Red Dragon Archfiend decks, I suppose. That makes more sense than Resonators. Yeah, it's an annoying card. Goodbye. I don't know what to say. It's a bunch of hits that are probably warranted. Might seem a bit too hard. I think Resonators is, like, so far still playable after this ban list. Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna complain about that. Limited to Launcher 2-2! Wow, that's insane! Can you play this thing? in Red Dragon Archfiend decks. Are you allowed to play this in RDA, actually? I have to check the skill. Because you can play Fiends. Yeah, you can summon Fiends. Which a lot of the Infinities are. Is it worth it, though? I don't think there's actual good synergy between these, so maybe this is probably just copium. But still, all 5 remaining Infinity players can rejoice at the opportunity of wasting even more time doing that combo. Hey, we got finally the timer extension that I was asking for. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's it for the limited to no-go list. Armageddon Knights. Is this card still a selection box exclusive? Hasn't really done anything. Probably a decent card in the future, maybe? I don't know. It's fine. Lost Wind. That's... It is a powerful card. It's not nearly as powerful as IDP. Okay. Sure. Chaos Dragon Leven, really? We're freeing Leven? Like, this card is a ticking time bomb. It's only gonna be a couple of, like, weeks, months until we get another Chaos centric deck that gets to use this on top of everything else. Like, we thought Leven was dead after Thunder Dragons disappeared from format, and then it showed up in BLS, and then we killed BLS, and it showed up in Borrowlink, you know? It's like, this card is never not going to be good. You know, it's not. It wasn't in BLS. It was in I guess Life Twins. It wasn't even the best card in Life Twins. Still, you get what I'm saying. It's like a card that you gotta keep an eye on. I guess it's fine to free for the moment. Still doesn't really do anything broken. Is this gonna help Borrowlink? Maybe. We'll see. Fusion deployment. This card will be limited. Sure. Rapid trigger. Okay, well we're definitely helping out Borrowlink. I don't know if this is enough for Borrowlink to come back into the forefront of the metagame, given its matchup spread. I guess we'll have to see, but that is interesting. Alright, Raging Dragon. Cool. DDD Wave Viking Seether, that's pretty cool. You allow DDD decks to end on 1 more negate. Wow, isn't that fantastic? The deck is still mediocre. Necros of Unicorn. Sure. Shiranui Solitaire. Daima Synthesis. Also, no, it's not a selection box exclusive, it's a deck build pack or something. Shooting Rider Dragon. Ravenous Croc. Science Sword Slash. Finally! It's been like 17 years since this card was like put on the ban list. Oh, we finally reached the point where Silent Swordsman is no longer a meta threat. It only took 7 years. Phantasm Spiral Battle. Oh! We finally... Sure. Crimson Fox, sure. Predto Planet, thank you. That's something that will allow Predto Planet to remain somewhat competitive. I'm not sure if the deck is still actually that good or not. I don't have that kind of insight. One Drago Stilia, one Predto Planet. I guess a lot of builds were already playing like Predto Planet, Drago Stilia, but pivoted back to Hydra because Hydra is much better in a format where Resonators is the best deck. So, yeah, cool. Thank you for doing this for Predto Planets. Not the biggest fan of Predto Planets, but thank you for doing this for Predto Planets. No Infernoids unhits. What are you doing, Konami? How are you going to fix the game if you don't free Infernoids? Rush Duel, there are currently no changes. Okay, so card hits, pretty good so far. I'm not going to complain about the lack of hits to Hero, or I guess Summoner got hits. Subterra's didn't get hit, I think it's fine, it's not really... It's a strong deck, it's annoying, but it's not that, you know, that impactful. No real hits to Tindangle, but this is the kind of deck that you have to hit with a skill change. So let's take a look at the skill changes now. Skill rebalancing. Lyric battling. Oh, we're nothing lyric through the skill. I guess it's fine. I guess that's okay. Worst case scenario, can please stay Avaricious Avians. Dimension Grasp. That's the skill that people are using for Gizmek, isn't it? Time Thing Crosby, Chivalrous Celerity. Oh, fuck! We're nothing! Oh my god! The rush change that we needed. I made a video yesterday complaining about this deck, and here it is. Drago Stilia also getting nerfed. That's pretty cool. Infinite D-Life also. Oh my god. Promising. Okay, you cannot normal special summon any monster except Leraless monster. Can you? Oh my god, you can no longer Kinkabayo! You can no longer slow a swallow, which is not something you are doing in Leraless anyway, except for like the Avaricious. I guess the deck is just moving to Avaricious birds, whatever it's called, or another skill, because I don't know if the consistency boosting is worth it, considering how few Leraless names you actually get to play, right? I don't know, are you switching skills? There's a time when you switch skills, so you have actually more X-ray options and stuff. Could be interesting, Bird Call definitely, probably mandatory at 3. Looking forward to seeing how Leraless develops. I think this is an interesting change. I don't know if it's good or bad, it is interesting. Dimension Grasp. Shuffle. What's the change? Shuffle 8 of your banished cards. Or 8 of your banished cards at random. What's the change, Konami? That's Do you get to pick the cards now? Sure. Time Thief Crossbeats. During all of your turns. Okay. Okay, so we removed the going first penalty, I suppose, which is good for the deck. Objectively a good change. And we added a clause that allows us to play stuff like Nibiru, or like make better use of Ice Dragon's Prison. I like this design for weaker skill, being allowed to play powerful cards that are being cut off from stronger decks through a skill. I think this is a genuinely good design decision. It's something that helps bridge the gap between, you know, top tier decks like Resonators and less powerful decks like Time Thief, Spring Guns. I can think of more weak decks that have this kind of clause in their card text. So that's a good thing. That's objectively a good thing. Chivalrous Celerity from turn 2 onwards. If all monsters, you know, if they on attack in your constructed deck and extra deck. Monster with 23. Okay, so you can't play Mintarion anymore. Can you play Hero? I don't think the Hero stat line is valid for this. I think you just have to play Pure Gaia. I think the only thing you're allowed to play is Pure Gaia. I could be wrong, but I do believe that this is how it works. Send one level 5 or 7 normal monster from your deck to your graveyard. You don't get to choose something too foolish to revive with star restarts. Okay. Gains only 300. Then you can add one normal monster and one poly from your graveyard. You can no longer add from deck. Oh wow, this is the nerf of all nerfs. I think this might be a bit of another nerf. Maybe it was necessary because I don't know. Like Pure Gaia is not that good, is it? I can't seem to find any Pure Gaia tops. Which does make sense, because if there is a better version of Gaia going around that plays Metarion stuff, you'd be better off playing this than the pure variants. So the fact that there's no pure variant doesn't mean that the pure variants are automatically bad. It just means that the Gaia Metarion variant is just so much better than you'd be a fool to not play it. Especially given that this format is like really Gaia Metarion centric, that's not surprising. I don't think that the deck is that good anymore. Because there's just too many changes. And I guess you're really incentivized to play the, what's the name of the cards? Battle, of course, I can't seem to remember it or find a list that actually plays it. Battle, Monster Calling. Monster Calling is the name of it, guys. It's not Battle something, it's Monster Calling. Yeah, now this is definitely going to stop Gaia Metarion for sure. I just think it's a bit too much. I think you only needed like the first condition to like stop Gaia Metarion at all, and the rest just feels a bit petty. That's my take on it. Like, you could have still made it so you still gain 600 attack. Maybe you could have still made it so you can foolish any normal monster, and then you have like the strange cat synergy with Mr. Alchemy. That could have been interesting, maybe, I don't know. And then not being able to search poly, obviously a huge change for the deck. Probably the strongest part of the skill. I don't know. I would have liked to see more incremental changes rather than all of this drop at once, but I mean, it does change the format, so I'm not gonna complain all that much. Drago Nova. Each card once per duel! And that's it. that's the only change. I guess that means that you have to hard draw fusions more frequently now, which I guess is a good thing. Yeah, well, we'll have to see how this develops. Is this the same change for oh, you have to shuffle one card in your hand into the deck, which means you lose on Star Restart Synergy, which... Was the deck even playing Star Restart anymore because it has so much stuff on the limited 3 list? Maybe. It's not just Star Restart, there's probably another card, it's Psychic, that revives stuff. I just don't remember it because I haven't played with or against Psychic since so long. So you still play Star Restart. An Ice Pop Bear summons from Grave. And I guess some of your fusions do as well. And I guess it means that you just don't get to set jump speed start for free as well. Yeah, that's a change. That's a change. We'll have to see how the format develops. That doesn't automatically mean that Dragon and Psychics are back on top. I seem to understand that the new Worm deck, well, the new Worm support for like the existing deck is pretty good. So we'll see. We will see. So overall, my thoughts on this ban list are mostly positive. I would have liked to see more absurd skill nerfs to stuff like Isometric Inferno, very specifically. Skillless Dogshit design should not be allowed. The deck can still play Guard Dog, and it still falls to Abyss Dweller because it was designed by a complete idiot, which means that games against it are basically coin flips, which is super fun! Really the type of stuff that you want in your game. Other than that, mostly happy with this ban list. Mostly happy with the ban list. I did say that I would be quitting this piece of shit game if the ban list was Garbo. The ban list is not Garbo, and they teased Ancient Gear support, so I guess I'm in for another couple of months at the very least. There is no escape. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing all the format changes as the result of both these cards being hit, the few skill changes that there were, and what was I gonna say? The new upcoming mini box, hopefully. Maybe they're gonna do a thing where they release a main box again. That'd be disastrous if they did. But for the time being, I'm happy with these changes. Another positive note is I don't think... other than like for Time Thieves very specifically, which isn't a deck that you see a lot of in tourneys anyways, I don't think the decks, the card hits and skill changes make it so you can test out this upcoming format in current tournaments, which is also a good thing. All you have to do for Lyris Claws is be like, if you see your opponent normal summoning King of Bio, they just get disqualified and you win the game. So that's something also that's pretty cool. I guess we're gonna get a better vision of the upcoming pre mini box format in the next couple of days, which is objectively a cool thing. Honestly, 7, maybe 8 out of 10 ban list. Isometric Inferno still exists, which is an issue. Hero is still 0 funds to play against, which is an issue because this deck has evolved from glue eating combo OTK deck to glue eating combo OTK deck that also plays floodgates, so that's not something looking forward to. But hopefully the subsequent decks that are going to get released and the change in the format are going to take care of this eventually. Maybe. We can play Boro Link again. That's gonna be worth something. And that will be it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this ban list in the comment section of this video. Paris, I didn't forget, you have to do this as well, Paris. You have to write a detailed explanation of your thoughts on this ban list and why they conflict with mine if they do. This is your assignment for today. If you like this video, make sure to like it as well. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so, silly goose. Why would you not be subscribing to me? I'm trying to reach 7,000 subscribers before my 17th birthday comes around on May 5th. May 5th, I'm gonna turn... did I say 17? I meant to say 7. I'm gonna turn 7 on May 5th, so 7,000 subscribers for me to turn 7. That's just the goal of this video, I guess. And if you'd like to support me further or buy me birthday gifts in advance, I would really appreciate that. You can check out my Ko-fi in the video description, where you can make a one-time donation or a monthly pledge, and you can choose what I buy with the money that you send me. I'm not gonna do it, but you can tell me what to do with that money. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my Ko-fi donators in the form of Dingust, Howdish Boy 0, Jimmy, Zinnia, Yannick, Sile, Mark Lu, Fortuno16, the Abisacta Guru, Orc Price, and Exorcist. Thank you all for the support. Didn't expect to start the day with such a good ban list. These first 3 hits were really seemed like a bad omen to me, but then the rest of the ban list caught up, which is the exact opposite of the last ban list, which was like, it started off really well, and then the rest of the change was so inconsequential, so uninteresting, that I felt like Konami had failed in their assignment to actually fix the game. This is going to have huge ramifications on the format, and whether or not the next format is going to be better is not something that I know, of course, but changing the format always a good thing. Mostly. Thank you all for watching once again. Take care, everyone, and I will see you all next time.